Now, when it comes to burning fat, building muscle, you've got two options. I'm going to lay down these options and I want you at the end of it to just decide which one you want to use, which road you want to take. I'm not going to tell you which one I would do. No, I will. I'll tell you which one I would use because there's pretty much just one that makes sense. The other one is overused, but there's one that will lead you to your success and will lead you to your fitness level and your body that you want to achieve, and the other one will lead you to a couch and just sleeping in a sleep and not having energy. So the first option is simple, and it's the one that you've heard time and time again, over and over again. Scroll on the internet, open the TV on the weight loss, whatever, and this is the one that you've heard. Eat less, move more. And there is a problem between these two things. So we all know, and I hope you do, that calories are fuel. It is just a way for your body to get nutrition and get energy. You know, when you have those calories in terms of carbs, fat, protein will get into your system, will get into your muscle, and will just regenerate the muscle. They have other, purpose, but the main one that we want to use it for is the muscle building aspect of it. Now we have fat and carbs. Those two are energy. No one's the enemy. So fat will be used as a slower source of energy, and then carbs, sugar, all of that will be used as a faster source of energy. Once it gets into the body, you have glycogen levels, you have all of these good stuff in your body as well. Sorry, I have a dog hair floating. Fixed. And your body will just take all these food and all these, carbs and all, and transform that into ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Oh, wow. It is energy. So it's just a process of giving your body energy. So now, when you hear eat less, move more, you can probably already see where I'm going with that. You're not going to have the energy. I have used that process in the past because at some point I did not know what I was doing, and I just cut down on a bunch of stuff. And here's what happened. I would get to the gym and I couldn't lift what I was lifting before. This is usually the first sign into we have a problem. This is the first sign of overtraining. So you're trying to work out every day, every other day, 3, 4, 5 times a week, doesn't really matter. And you just cut down on the calories, and now you're not lifting enough. And then you're gonna get more tired, and sleep will be impacted, and you're gonna skip a day. And then you're gonna skip 2 days, and 3, so on and so forth. So you wanna build muscle, you wanna lose fat, you wanna look like a superhero. I know, I do too. But the main issue with eat less, move more is that it's going to work for about a week or two. But if after a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it doesn't matter how long, it's going to happen. If after a couple of weeks or a month or 2 months, you went from lifting 100 pounds for X exercise, and then now you can only lift 90 pounds. Nothing crazy. Nothing like flabbergasting, just something that's just like, I just don't feel like I can lift that 100 pounds today. Well, what's not used gets lost, so your body would just be like, well, we were required to have sufficient amount of muscle on us to lift 100 pounds, but you're not lifting that anymore, so who cares about that? Let's drop it. It is just 10% of what you use, but your body will start to use muscle as well as energy, and it's going to over time, you're not going to get stronger, you're just going to get, weaker, less energy, and then most likely you're going to lose muscle. It's going to happen. But the scale will have gone down. And you'll be like, I have succeeded. I lost 10 pounds in 10 weeks. But out of those 10 pounds, what was fat? What was muscle? How do you feel? Where's your energy? Now let's move into option 2. And you'll see I have a bias. You'll probably hear it in my voice. And this is the good option. So option 2 is when we eat more, move more. Yeah, I know, right? Crazy. Now, when I say eat more, move more, eat less, move more, whatever, it is all assuming that you've done your homework and you're not eating 5,000 calories and not moving at all. You know, if it's the case, yes, eat less, move more. No, we're assuming that you know your calories. You've been moving a bit, you've been doing some good stuff, and you have hit a plateau and you just want to get to the next level. And then you're like, I'm going to eat less and move more. You know, we're assuming that. It's not, I eat 4 McDonald's a day and all I do is watch Netflix. Because if it's the case, option 1 is where you start. We're moving to option 2 when we've done option 1 at the very beginning of our journey. So let's take superhero A and let's take superhero B. Superhero A went the route of option 1 and he's now losing muscle, losing mass and getting tired, you know, but he lost 10 pounds. Congratulations on him. Superhero B went into option 2 and he started to eat the appropriate amount of calories, good calories, obviously, and he started to move more as well. They tried to move the same amount of time. But turns out, superhero A dropped 10% strength over the following weeks. Superhero B increased 10% strength. So you went from lifting that 100 pounds for X exercise to 110 pounds. He went from 100 to 90. Now, when you give your body the appropriate amount of calories to do the task, it's going to get so much easier. And I have seen that countless times, and I do that every single year. And I've done that for many, many, many clients that come to me and are like, I eat 1,500 calories, I don't know what's happening, I just want to lose fat and build muscle, why can't it work? And we go about increasing the amount of calories. So therefore, they get stronger. Now, if you get stronger, there's a reason for it. There's 2 reasons for it. The main one is that you've increased your muscle mass. Congratulations, that's the goal. The other one is that you just know how to use your body. You know, that also happens. But mainly, you've increased your muscle mass. And this is what we try to do, and this is what we want to do. If you increase your muscle mass, most likely, by the fact that you've been moving more, you've been moving more efficiently as well. And most likely you've walked a bit more and you went with more intensity. So probably and most likely, you've been burning more calories than superhero A, you know, because you move more, you do more. He's going to the gym, he barely lifts, he comes home, he's tired. Superhero B goes to the gym, lifts 10% more, is stronger, gets home, is just like, well, I still have the energy, might as well go for a walk, you know. Therefore, he's also burning more calories and he's gonna get fitter. So in these 2 scenarios, which obviously you know which one I prefer, there's one that gets tired, that loses 10 pounds, but over time will stop what he does because now fitness and the gym is just something that seems like it sucks, you know? And the other one is just having so much energy and so much passion. It's just like, oh my God, this is crazy. I get stronger, I get better, I get all of that. But in that superhero, it's just like, well, I lost 5 pounds. He lost 10. What happened? Well, congratulations. What happened and what most likely happened and what hopefully happened and what I've seen happening over there and over and over and over again is that he lost 10 pounds of fat but gained 5 pounds of muscle with more energy. So now you have one that only lost weight, fat, and muscle, that is depleted on energy, and you have one that is passionate, loving, all of that, crazy about fitness, gained muscle, lost fat, looks better, is stronger, lives better, all these good stuff. So obviously we want to go the option 2. This is where we want to focus on. So now how do you get there? It's very, very simple. You just need to look at what you're doing. You need to figure out how many calories your body needs on a day-to-day basis. This is pretty simple. There's a bunch of calculation online you can use. You can download MyFitnessPal. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You just can tell it basically. Well, I active, that weight, that age, whatever, how many calories do I need? It's gonna tell you like 2,500. And you'll be like, what the hell? 25? And then you're gonna start eating and you'll be like, how come I only eat 12 or 1,500? I'm 1,000 down. Yes. And you're gonna doubt me and you'll be like, why, if I increase my calories for 1,000, how can I lose weight by doing that? Keep at it, keep doing it. It's gonna happen. You might see an increase in the beginning of weight. Don't panic, don't freak out. Food has weight. You know, if you eat more and you drink more, you'll just have more weight. It's just how it happens. It doesn't mean fat. You know, you did not gain 5 pounds overnight. It's not what happens. So now that you figured out the amount of calories you need, you want 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Obviously, we've talked about that in the past. The rest will fall into place. Carbs, fat, you know, let them be. Just avoid sugar and move as much as you can and challenge yourself in a gym. And slowly, over time, give it time, you're gonna lose fat, build muscle, be happy. Tell me in a year that you've done that and that you look like a superhero. So those were your 2 options. So obviously, please go for option 2. This is the one that we want to use. Option 1 is obviously not one that we want to go for. It is maybe something at some point you want to use to just lean much faster for a couple of weeks, but then you re-increase the calories. We'll talk about that in the future. This is not the point of that video. The point is option 2. This is where you need to go. Increase the calories, move as much as possible. You'll be much fitter. You'll have much more energy. If we double the amount of energy that you have, motivation is no longer a thing. You're just gonna work out because you have the energy to do it. And if you have the energy to do it, and then you have the energy to walk, and then you have the energy to go hiking with your friends, and then you have the energy to, I don't know, go dancing if it's something you'd like to do, then you're gonna do all of this and you'll just be fit. And this is how it is, you know, simple as that. Hopefully that was useful and you use that, and please use that. Just start where you need to start. And I'll see you on the next one.